Hello students, today's class we are learning about biodiversity, okay, the further part. The last class we learned about biodiversity definition and the levels of biodiversity. Okay, today class we are learning about pattern of biodiversity as well as global species of diversity. Okay, now we'll go further. Global species diversity. As the word says, global, whole space, whole earth. How does the species are distributed? As you know the word meaning species, okay, it may be a plant, animals. When you take the plant, you can say angiosperm, gymnosperm, bryophytes, algae, and also on. Okay, when you take animals, invertebrates, vertebrates, or you can see, and those species, how does it is distributed? See, according to the IUCN, okay, in 2004 report, there are total plant and animal species on the earth is 1.5 million. Okay, now at present, in 2011 report of IUCN, they told about 8.7 millions of plants and animal species are across the globe. Now, what is the full form of IUCN now? IUCN is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. So that is conserving the plants and animals, nature species. Okay, according to those report, this number has been given. Now, according to the Robert, the biologist, okay, he estimated that there are 7 million diversity species are present. So that is more than 70% species are recorded as animals and plants, which includes, as I told already, algae, fungi, bryophytes, gymnosperm, and angiosperms. Okay, now in that animals are also included. In the animals, insect, and then yes, the small species like fishes, amphibians, reptiles, mammals are also included. So India has 2.4% of landed area. In those land area, 8.1% is occupied by global diversity. Okay, invertebrates, vertebrates, and plants. So in invertebrates, you can see more number of occupied is insect. In vertebrate, more number is occupied by land, fishes. In plants, it is both are distributed equally like fungi as well as angiosperms. So these things are equally distributed, and then it may be asked for 1 marks question. Okay, so likewise which can be distributed. The next part, which is called as pattern of diversity. Pattern includes see, in earth space it is not equally distributed. It is an unequal form. Some area it is more, some area it is less. So according to that, so we are learning here, okay, which consists 2 factor. One is latitudinal gradient, second is species area relationship. Okay, the first part we learn about, okay, latitudinal gradient. Now, you know the globe or earth, right? So in your 10th standard you have learned about geography, I hope so. Okay, so if you are remembering something, you can see here the earth globe this is part is called as consist of equator. Center line is equator. Okay, and you can see north pole as well as south pole. Okay, and though these lines, okay, these lines are called as latitude. Okay, when in the north pole you can see 90 degrees Celsius, when you come down, you can see 60%, 30%, 0%, -3, -60 and 90%. Okay, you can see more number of species here on the North Pole than compared to the South Pole. So this is called as a latitudinal gradient. Okay, hope you understood that. So in general, diversity increases as we move away from the equator. So as I told earlier, okay. So in the latitudinal range, which contain a 23 degrees Celsius, 0.5 degrees Celsius, more number species than in a temperate or polar areas. That means polar regions are down. Okay, sorry. Polar site is here. So where you can see a less number. So in Colombia, located near the equator, has nearly, that means Colombia is which is present in the near the equator, so that you can see 1400 species of birds. In New York it is 105 species. In Greenland it is 56 species are present. So in India, with the much of its landed area in a tropical latitudes, has more than 1200 species of birds are present. That means the India, so you can see a more number of birds can be seen. Next is about Amazon rainforest. We say Amazon rainforest is called as a lungs of the planet. Okay, because more number of species, more area, more amount of the rainfall which take place. Okay, and this Amazon rainforest is the has got a larger number of what to say, a species diversity in a global world. So in a large tropical Amazon rainforest in South America has a greatest diversity. In that 40,000 species of plant, 3,000 fishes, for okay, 1,300 birds, 427 mammals, 427 amphibians, 378 reptiles, and more than 1,25,000 of invertebrates are present. Okay, then you can see, you can analyze how much amount of species is present on this Amazon rainforest, present in the Amazon rainforest. Now they may ask the question like this: why does Amazon rainforest has got greater diversity? And the answers are here, the first point, second point, and then third point. So you may think, you may be analyze, okay, why it may be. Okay, so can you guess why does the Amazon rainforest has got a greater diversity? That is, this is because of the this is a temperate region, have got a frequent glaciations in the past. It killed more species, so the tropical latitudes has remained relatively undisturbed for millions of the years. That means when you look at the globe, okay, when you look at the globe, so as I told, I showed you previous here, equator region and then latitudinal region. So as you go down a temperate regions, okay, they undergo a galicitation in the sense the white snowfall. Because of this snowfall, it may kill more of the organism, so that, so in the latitude side, okay, some of the things were remain, so that it has been going on. And then it consists of a proper environment. It has got a good environment, so that this one, you can see a proper ecological niche. Ecological niche is nothing but where the a area where the organism will live properly or without the disturbance, and that is called as ecological niche. Then it has got a proper solar energy. Solar energy is available in a tropical region, so the great diversity will be taking place. The next part, second pattern of biodiversity, is species area relationship. So species area, you can see the headline over here, species, okay, and then area. What does it says? Species is nothing but where it has got a many number of characters, right? And the area, okay, consider this is a place, okay, where you live. This is your home, okay. Near that, this point is called as your area. In this area, how many number of species is present, that you have to calculate now. So this has been calculated. It is called as a relationship between species and area, okay. Now, according to the German naturalist Alexander, okay, he observed the species richness increase with the increasing in area, but not only up to the limit, okay, but only up to the limit. The relationship between species richness and the area for a wide variety of taxa is to be a rectangular hyperbola, that I'll okay explain you in this next slide. So you can see, in the examination point of view, they may ask the diagrammatic representation of this also, or else they may ask for 1 marks question. So these equation, okay, species area relationship equation, it is, okay, you can by heart it, okay. Log S is equal to log C plus Z log A. What does it says? S is species richness, A is area, Z is slope of the line, C is y-intercept, okay. And you can see the diagrammatic representation. This part is this is a x-axis and this is a y-axis. In a x-axis it is a area, in a y-axis it is a species, and this is called as a slope of the line, okay, where log scale, it is in the log scale. This is called as an exponential graph, says S is equal to CAZ. When you apply the log here, you can see log S is equal to log C plus Z log A, and this is what the equation can be found. If you need a further information, so I'll discuss in this next slide, okay, so that you will come to know that how does these species area richness graph has obtained, and this is somehow related to the your mathematical calculation of the graph, okay. Thank you for today, okay. Just learn it, okay. Hope you understood. Thank you, students.